సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. ఫర్ మోర్ అప్డేట్స్ బెల్ ఐకాన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి.
Now we are going to discuss Weis theory of ferromagnetism. Weis theory of ferromagnetism. What is the Weis theory? According to Weis theory, the ferromagnetic materials are grouped into small regions. Already we know that small regions. These are all small regions. These are all small regions. So according to Weis theory, the ferromagnetic material, let us consider this is the ferromagnetic material. These ferromagnetic materials are grouped into small regions. This is the small region, 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 this is the small region. That means the ferromagnetic materials are grouped into small regions. Ferromagnetic material composed by స్మాల్ రీజియన్స్. అంటే ఫెర్రోమాగ్నెటిక్ మెటీరియల్స్ అనేవి చిన్న చిన్న డొమైన్లుగా పిలువబడే చిన్న చిన్న ప్రాంతాలు. దాన్ని వీస్ థియరీ ప్రకారం చెప్పుకోవచ్చు అన్నమాట. జస్ట్ లైక్ యాజ్ డొమైన్స్ ఆల్రెడీ వీ నో దట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ద డొమైన్స్. దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ స్మాల్ రీజియన్స్ అండ్ it's named domains. Okay, every ferromagnetic domain is derived from dipole magnetic moment. So ferromagnetic material is permanent dipole magnetic moment. So every ferromagnetic domain is derived from dipole magnetic moment. For a better result and better understand, you have to see in the previous video of magnetic domain. That link is available in description. So every ferromagnetic domain is derived from dipole magnetic moment. The ferromagnetic material is just like as let us consider the ferromagnetic material is placed in a magnetic field. That magnetic field is H. Then two types of magnetic fields are arised. Two types of magnetic field are arised. So for example, the ferromagnetic material, this is the ferromagnetic material. This ferromagnetic material is composed of small regions. This is the ferromagnetic material. This is small region, this is small region, this is small region, this is small region. So let us consider the ferromagnetic material is placed in magnetic field. అంటే ferromagnetic material ని magnetic field లో ఉంచాం. Then two types of magnetic fields are arised. So one is the external magnetic field and another is the internal magnetic field, induced magnetic field. Internal magnetic field అంటే బాహ్య అయస్కాంత క్షేత్రము, అంతర అయస్కాంత క్షేత్రము. Two types of fields are arised. That is the external magnetic field and internal magnetic field. So the external magnetic field is denoted on H external. Internal magnetic field is denoted by H internal. So these two fields are derived as the strengthened effective magnetic field. These two fields, one is the external magnetic field, another is the internal magnetic field. These two fields are derived as a strengthened effective magnetic field. That means H effective equals to H external plus H internal. That means effective magnetic field equals to external magnetic field plus internal magnetic field. అంటే ఫలిత అయస్కాంత క్షేత్రము ఈక్వల్స్ టు బాహ్య అయస్కాంత క్షేత్రము ప్లస్ అంతర అయస్కాంత క్షేత్రము. సో హెచ్ ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు హెచ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ప్లస్ హెచ్ ఇంటర్నల్. దీనిని మనము ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వేషన్ నెంబర్ 1. జనరలీ the internal magnetic field is always directly proportional to intensity of magnetic field. The internal magnetic field, H internal magnetic field, is always directly proportional to intensity of magnetic field. So H internal is proportional to I. I is the intensity of magnetic field. So the internal magnetic field is always proportional to intensity of magnetic field. So H internal proportional to I. So H internal is equals to lambda I. Here lambda is constant. This is the second equation. From 1 and 2, H effective equals to H external plus H internal is the lambda I. This is the third equation. So from Langevins theory, the intensity of magnetic field is always proportional to magnetic moment. If n number of atoms in ferromagnetic materials, intensity of magnetic field is always directly proportional to n into mu suffix b. So this equation can be written as I equals to LA into n mu suffix b. This is the constant. This constant is called as Langevin constant. This is the another equation. So this equation is equals to I equals to LA n mu suffix b. Okay, from this equation and this equation, H effect equals to H external plus I is substituting above equation into lambda LA into n into mu suffix b. This is the one type of equation. Then here LA is the constant of Langevin's factor. That means Langevin's constant. So the Langevin factor is defined as the ratio between intensity of magnetic field and saturation intensity. Saturation intensity means I suffix s. So here Langevin's constant, that is the Langevin's factor, is defined as the ratio, means by upon the ratio of intensity of magnetic field to saturation intensity or saturation magnetic field. So this is the intensity of magnetic field, this is the saturation magnetic field. So this is the Langevin's constant, but A equals to mu suffix b upon kt. Generally the A is the mu suffix b upon kt. That means the product of magnetic moment and magnetic induction upon kt. K means Boltzmann constant, T means absolute temperature. But B, already we know that B equals to mu naught H effective. Generally B equals to mu naught H, that H equals to effect, the resultant magnetic field, the resultant magnetic field. So then A equals to mu suffix B. B means mu naught H effective upon KT. Okay, but A equals to mu suffix B, mu naught H means, H effective means H external plus lambda into mu plus LA n mu suffix B upon KT. Here K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the absolute temperature. But I equals to LA n mu suffix B. So this value is substituted in this equation. So A equals to mu suffix B mu naught into H external plus lambda I upon KT. But here some condition, that condition is the for ferromagnetic materials, external magnetic field is 0. For ferromagnetic materials, external magnetic field is 0. So that means H external is 0. So this equation is substituted in this equation. Then A equals to mu suffix B mu naught H external is the 0 plus lambda I upon KT. So A equals to mu suffix B mu naught lambda I upon KT. From this equation I equals to AKT upon mu suffix B mu naught lambda. So cross multiplication, AKT I equals to AKT upon mu suffix B into mu naught into lambda. This is the I. This I is the magnetic intensity. According to Langevin's theory, we draw the graph between variable A to Langevin factor. So on the x-axis variable A, on the y-axis Langevin factor L of A. So we draw the graph, that is the graph is just like as this. So this is the 1/3. This is the 1/3. According to Langevin's theory, we draw the graph between variable A and L of A. So on the x-axis A, on the y-axis L of A, then slope of the straight line is 1/3, that is the 1/3. So from the graph, from the graph L of A equals to A into 1 upon 3, L of A equals to A upon 3, but LA equals to, we know that I upon IS. I means the intensity of magnetic field ratio between intensity of magnetic field and saturation magnetic field. Okay, but L of A equals to I, already we know that I means A KT upon mu suffix B mu naught lambda. So saturation, the saturation is the 1 upon n mu suffix B. That means magnetic the intensity of magnetic field due to theory, always magnetic intensity of magnetic field always magnetic proportional to magnetic moment. Intensity of magnetic field is always proportional to magnetic moment. If n number of atoms I equals to n mu suffix B, this is the saturation, because there are n number of atoms. This is the saturation intensity. The saturation intensity IS equals to n into mu suffix B. So this is the Langevin factor. Already we know that from the graph Langevin factor equals to A into 1 upon 3. So this value is substituted in this equation. A upon 3 equals to AKT upon mu suffix B mu naught lambda into 1 upon n mu suffix B. So here A is the cancel. 1 upon 3 equals to KT upon n mu suffix B whole square mu naught lambda. So for the cross multiplication, 3KT equals to n mu suffix B square mu naught lambda. So from this equation, T equals to n mu suffix B square mu naught lambda on 3K. This is the absolute temperature according to Weiss theory. This is the absolute temperature. This temperature indicates Curie's temperature. This temperature indicates Curie's temperature. The Curie's temperature is denoted by theta suffix C equals to n mu suffix B whole square mu naught lambda upon 3K. This is the Curie's temperature according to Weiss theory. Curie's temperature according to the temperature below the Curie's temperature, the state of magnetization is possible even without magnetic field. అంటే magnetic field లేకపోయినా సరే పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది. ఎప్పుడు ఈ ఉష్ణోగ్రత అనేది మామూలు ఉష్ణోగ్రత అనేది క్యూరీస్ టెంపరేచర్ ఉష్ణోగ్రత కన్నా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి. బట్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ఈజ్ అబౌవ్ క్యూరీస్ టెంపరేచర్, ద ఫెర్రోమాగ్నెటిక్ బికమ్స్ magnets. Totally this is the concept of Weiss theory of ferromagnetism. It's a very important topic.